This is the Faster Master plugin by Mastering the Mix, released some days ago. Very cool, very original plugin, I think, for mixing and mastering. It is advertised as mastering, but you can use it without a limiter. For instance, you can use it for mixing as well. And it's very, very simple to use, like very, foolproof, full ideas proof, something like that. Yeah, it has an EQ section, right? It has an EQ section, a transient section where you increase the punch or reduce the punch on the attack, right? Of a full mix, or for instance, you can increase the attack of drums, stuff like that, right? It has also a compression section, but let's check out here the EQ quickly. So we have many bands, right? This is a pristine, very transparent equalizer, right? Like that. And we have the transients, very simple. Just increase this or decrease it, and it lets you know what you're doing, right? So that's why it's very minimalistic, very effective and powerful, yet very simple, very, very minimalistic, and very full ideas proof. Let's call it like that, or foolish ideas proof. And so then we have the compressor, and also the compressor is very simple. You have automatic attack, automatic values, smart values that depending on the source that you use it, or where you use it, right? So the dynamics, if you start to increase this, all of it, and you have the compression off, start to decrease this, and the other one will increase at the same time. So you are reducing the dynamic range pretty much, right? So you have here light compression, then dynamic. You still have some dynamics, then tight, very tight dynamics, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All of the levels here. Then we have stereo width from lows to highs, right? Low end, low mid, and high end. And here we can reduce, for instance, the stereo width of the low end like this, right? From 20 to 150 hertz, we can reduce the low end stereo width, and we can increase, for instance, on the high end, we can increase the stereo width different from the high mids. Very, very cool. You turn off each one of the sections with this icon here in the corner, right? And you can lock the settings that way, stereo, right? And finally, we have a limiter. We're going to checking it out in a moment when we use it in an actual song, an actual mix. But it's a very simple limiter as well. It has a very cool visualizer and meters for the loudness, right? And also has an extra boost, extra drive to increase the perceived loudness of the track. So you can go to super loudness without compromising the quality or the dynamics, right? Of course, if you overuse it, it will destroy your mix. It will squash your mix. But yeah, by the way, this plugin was made in partnership with DJ David Guetta and Nicky Romero. Okay, so well, before continuing, one of the most important features in this plugin is the analyze, of course. You click analyze, it will analyze your song, your audio, and it will give you smart presets, smart results based on your song, based on the genre and everything. And you can go through each one of them and change, of course, to your liking, the different values of the 5 sections of the plugin. Also, we can use reference tracks, right? So we load a reference track, very simple, very quickly, and the plugin will learn how that reference track is, and you can adjust that those values, the perceived compression, EQ, stereo width, and loudness of that reference track, professional reference track, and you can put that to your track. So that's very, very cool as well. It's like, yeah, a whole another way and very advanced way of using reference tracks for mastering, right? And here the presets include the smart presets that it gives you depending on your track, right? So it's learning depending on your track. And we have different genres as well of presets: electronic, hip hop, house, pop, rock, and other, right? And there are a lot of presets for each one of the genres. So that's very, very, very cool. It has an undo and redo function. And yeah. Also, one cool thing worth mentioning, is that it has automatic gain compensation already enabled in the plugin, right? So no matter the change that you do, of course, the limiting will increase the loudness, right? But the other algorithms, the loudness will stay the same, right? The loudness won't change. You will hear it will give you more, you can have more informed decisions if the loudness is out of the picture. So you can hear what the EQ is doing, what the compression is doing. And yeah, it's a great way to make better decisions, because loudness, it's very deceiving, right? Everything within is louder sounds better, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily better. It can be just it's louder, but it can lack low end. It can have excess of top end or mid range or something like that. So very cool stuff. Let's reset it here, and I'm gonna analyze a track first, right? Let's analyze it. Okay, this is a track. So let's analyze it, and let's. By the way, before continuing, lower a bit the volume on your headphones or in monitors, because things can get louder, right? Because this is a mix and it will master it. So the loudness will increase. So it's analyzing, it takes some seconds to analyze, right? It's moving here in this circle. So it's calculating smart presets. Okay, and let's hear it, right? And it's basing everything on my reference track, which is In Your Face by Children of Bodom, for instance, right? So I have it here, and I have Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd here as well. It won't play the track, right? It doesn't need to play the track. You just have that preset here, for instance, here in the smart preset section. In Your Face is here, and so let's close this. This is the result. Super powerful. Off. So this is what it did to the EQ, right? To make it seem more like the reference. Transient. It reduced the punch to half here. Yeah, it's about half, so it didn't increase or decrease punch. Compression, light compression, stereo width. So the low end seems to have, or no, it's at 0. Yeah. Reduced a bit low mids. Okay. I can reduce this. Okay, and limiter. See, we have the meter here, and these are the we can set it to, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is the ceiling, right? Minus 0.1. So some like streaming platforms request minus 1 decibel. So we can set it to decibels or true peak, right? Let's see. Click to switch between peak and true peak limiting, all right? So let's click True Peak. Okay, and you see here the loudness. And loudness units full scale, right? Like -8, -9. And we have the drive here. So what I want to do now is to show you without the limiting, right? right? So we have the track before. Let me increase a bit here the volume, just to show you the before and after of these 4 processors. After, much better, right? More clarity. Okay, that's due to the EQ moves here and reduced a bit of low mids, compression, stereo. Okay, let's go through some other presets here. For instance, I'm gonna leave the limiter bypass for the moment. Let's go to another one. Smart presets. Modern and funky. 4. Ooh, much better, for sure. Rich and bright. Okay, this is much brighter. Swing all of this. Okay, classic and full, so it's working. Okay, before, after. I didn't like this a lot. It has a huge boost here in the mid-range. So that's a lot of mids for my taste. But anyway, the great thing is that you can add your like your favorite band songs and have it as reference. That's a huge thing. Let's go to, for instance, rock genre here. Modern and versatile. Take some seconds. Okay, and as you can see, as you can hear, it has automatic gain compensation, so the same perceived loudness. Of course, when you increase the limiter, or when you activate the limiter. So let me lower this. Where it was. And here you set the target, right? So if you want -8, which is for streaming, here it's very loud to my taste. I like to leave it at around -9 for streaming. -8, around that, but -9. And as you can see here, the meter is around this area, -9, -8. Let's see, -8. This is the loudness, right? The more I increase this, but yeah, even though I am, and the ceiling is -1, right? So it's a very simple way to master a song. Have everything in check without the need of very advanced functions. And even at very loud volumes, the mix doesn't feel like destroyed completely. And this, of course, is based on these DJs, David Guetta. They tend to master very, very loud, right, to compete. But I like to have it around here for streaming, -9, -8. This will increase perceived loudness, the extra drive. But here what happens also on individual instruments, like for instance the drums. Let's check out what happens here. I'm gonna okay, so those are the drums. I'm gonna bypass the limiter. See what happens with compression, right? Tighter. So it can also be used for mixing, right? So for instance, the transient, check it out. the trance, it will increase the attack, right? The punch of the drums. Listen, nice, right? Off, more snap on kick drum and snare, and with very tight compression, stereo width. Wow. Imagine you can compress, you can EQ, and also create stereo width on a number of instruments, not only on the full mix like I mentioned, also on individual parts of the mix. So you can use it on bass, you can use it on vocals as well, and yeah, very cool. I think a very versatile plugin, and that the algorithm, I think, works great. Also, I would like to check it out on another genre, right? Not only in metal. This is a more of a rock track. Check it out. It's unmastered, right? So let's analyze it. Play the loudest 20 seconds of your mix. Okay. So it's a loop. It will be looping. Calculating smart preset over 150 genre based presets. Takes around like 10 seconds. Classic and cool. Levels will be changed.
It happens to well, it never takes long till they leave her.
Sounds great to my ears.
Will she ever break free or just
Nothing feels out of balance.
Well, it never takes long till they leave her.
No EQ.
Stinging from the loneliest touch.
It's very loud to my taste. Let's
Well, it
bring it down
never
a bit.
takes long till they leave her. Stinging from the loneliest touch.
And let's see. This, let's leave it. Let's put it -1. True peak.
Well, it never takes long till they leave her.
Yeah.
Well, it never takes long till they leave her. Stinging from the lonely.
Okay, here we have -1.8, but because I have a decrease in minus 0.75 decibels on the master, so I'm gonna put this here.
Well, it never takes long till they.
There it is, -1, like this, right?
Well, it never takes long till they leave her. Stinging from the loneliest touch.
Turning off the limiter, and let's use some compression here. The full mix, dynamic. Let's increase the transient in the full mix. Check it out. Check out the drums. Less punchy, more punch. With a simple control, right? And the attack, release, you don't need to mess with that. Very, very cool. It's already doing that automatically, like applied specifically to the track that you're feeding this plugin with. So full mix. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. So I was just giving you an example. Let's leave it here in the middle.
Well, it never takes long till they leave her. Stinging from the loneliest.
Let's see. Compressed drums. Tight. Before, after. Okay, let's leave it at full mix.
Break free or just surrender again. You know it happens to. Well, it never takes long till they leave her. Stinging from the loneliest touch.
Here we have.
Will she ever break free or just surrender again? You know it happens.
It has an introductory price of $57, which I think totally worth it. And in the purchase of this plugin, you will get one free Master in the Mix product. So that's a very, very good deal.